They'll tell you it's luck. They'll whisper that it's fortune's favor, a twist of fate, a chance encounter. But those who say that, those who resign their destiny to a coin toss, they've already given up. They've handed over the pen, allowing life to write their story, instead of seizing the ink to craft their own. The truth is simple, raw, and unrelenting. Success isn't luck. It's mindset. Every legend you've heard of, the ones who rose from obscurity to brilliance, from rags to riches, from shadows to light, knew this secret. It wasn't the random grace of chance that carried them through storms. It wasn't a lucky break or an accident of birth. It was a relentless fire, ignited within, burning through doubt, through fear, through every obstacle that stood in their way. The mind, your mind, is the battlefield. It is where battles are lost or won, long before the world sees the outcome. It is where dreams are either sharpened into weapons of progress or dulled into whispers of regret. And while the masses sleepwalk through existence, waiting for that elusive stroke of luck to arrive, the few, the rare few, are awake, crafting their future one thought, one choice, one deliberate action at a time. Consider Carnegie, a boy born into poverty, working long hours in a cotton mill with a wage barely enough to keep his family afloat. He didn't wait for fortune to rescue him. He didn't pray for circumstance to change. He changed himself. He transformed his mind into a weapon of ambition, his vision into a map of destiny. And the world had no choice but to yield. Henry Ford, ridiculed for dreaming of machines that could transport the masses, wasn't handed the keys to his empire. He forged them in the fires of resilience and conviction. Where others saw impossibility, he saw inevitable reality. Where others faltered at the sight of obstacles, he dissected them, studied them, and turned them into stepping stones. Look deeper, and you'll see a pattern. Edison's 1,000 failures before the light bulb, Lincoln's string of defeats before the presidency, Disney's countless rejections before the empire of imagination. None of them were lucky. They were relentless. They were obsessed. They were armed with a mindset that refused to bow to circumstance. Now pause. Ask yourself, what defines you? Is it the conditions around you, the job you hate, the relationships that drain, the obstacles that multiply? Or is it the condition of your mind, the beliefs you've chosen, the discipline you've cultivated, the fire you've dared to ignite? Most people wait for a sign. They wait for approval, for the stars to align, for someone to give them permission to step into greatness. But you are not most people. You are here because somewhere within, there's a voice that whispers, "I am more." That voice isn't noise. It's the truth. And it's waiting, aching for you to listen. The world has taught you to seek comfort, to play small, to settle for the crumbs that fall from the tables of the ambitious. But what they don't tell you is that comfort is the enemy of greatness. That the comfort you cling to today is the chain that binds you from tomorrow's victory. The mind is either a prison or a palace. And you, only you, hold the keys. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's a declaration. Every morning you wake up and choose to move forward, whether you feel like it or not. You're declaring to the universe that you are not here to be average. Every time you push past the fatigue, the excuses, the temptations to quit, you're engraving into the stone of your future that you were not made to be forgotten. Success isn't luck. It's the cumulative weight of 1,000 small, deliberate choices. It's the unwavering commitment to goals when the world is silent, when the applause is absent, when no one's watching. It's getting up one more time than you fell, speaking your vision when others mock it, doing the work when no one believes it matters. This isn't theory. This is the law of the universe. The law that says the mind precedes the manifestation. That thought precedes action. That belief carves pathways where no road was ever built. You can build cathedrals or cages with the same bricks of thought. The choice is yours. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a field. Every thought, every belief, every decision is a seed. Plant seeds of doubt, fear, hesitation, and what will you harvest? a barren landscape of regret, but plant seeds of conviction, of determination, of resilience, and watch as forests of achievement rise from the soil. And don't be fooled. This isn't about pretending. It's not about reciting affirmations without action. It's about aligning every fiber of your being, your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, with the reality you dare to create. Edison didn't just dream of light, he burned for it. Ford didn't just wish for innovation, he bled for it. Disney didn't just hope for magic, he engineered it. So what will you build? What story will you write? Will you be the one who looks back years from now and says, "I almost did. I nearly became. I might have been"? Or will you be the one who stands tall, scars and all, and says, "I did it. I became the architect of my own destiny"? You already know the answer. It's there, pulsing beneath the surface, waiting for you to say yes to the work, to the challenge, to the transformation. And once you do, the world shifts. Opportunities appear where walls once stood. Connections are made where silence once reigned. Success is not summoned by chance. It is commanded by conviction. Your journey begins not with a single leap, but with the small, quiet decision to believe, to act, to persist. And when you do, the universe, the very fabric of reality, will conspire not against you, but with you. Because success isn't luck, it's mindset. The moment you commit, truly commit, you'll feel it. A shift, a surge. As though the universe itself recognizes the choice you've made. It's not magic, it's alignment. When you align your mind with unshakable intent, when you move with clarity and determination, the walls crumble, the doubts dissipate, and the path forward becomes unmistakable. But most people will never feel this. They'll never taste the raw power of alignment because they're too busy waiting for external signs. They wait for motivation to strike, for the right circumstances, for someone else to hand them a map. But there is no map. There is only your mind, your thoughts, and the actions they birth. The truth is, every morning you wake up, you stand at a crossroads. On one side is the familiar path of mediocrity, predictable, safe, paved with comfort. On the other is the steep climb of excellence, of mastery, of a life designed on purpose. The masses take the easy road because it demands nothing but complacency. But those who choose the climb, they are the few, the bold, the relentless. They know that success isn't a lottery ticket. It's an equation. It's vision plus discipline, multiplied by resilience, compounded over time. It's waking up when you'd rather sleep, grinding when others quit, learning when others stagnate. It's saying yes to discomfort, to risk, to the unknown. Imagine Lincoln facing defeat after defeat, watching his dreams crumble not once but countless times, only to rise, dust off, and try again. His life was not a testament to luck, but to mental fortitude, to the unwavering belief that purpose outlasts failure. The same steel runs through your veins if you dare to summon it. And here's where most falter. They misunderstand discipline. They think it's restriction, a harsh regime, a punishment. But discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It's the acknowledgement that your dreams are worth more than your distractions. It's choosing long-term victory over short-term gratification. It's telling yourself, "I will not betray my future self for the comfort of today." This is the mindset that separates the exceptional from the ordinary. It's what turns vision into reality. It's what transforms a dream into a dynasty. Without it, even the grandest goals remain fantasies, written in journals but never lived. Now, think of those you admire, the icons, the titans, the legends. Do you really believe they stumbled into success by chance? No. They built their empires on foundations of discipline, on a mindset that refused to bend under pressure. They fell, yes, but each time they rose stronger, sharper, more determined. Edison didn't invent the light bulb because he was lucky. He did it because he failed over and over again, each failure sharpening his mind, each setback refining his approach. Ford didn't revolutionize transportation because he had a stroke of genius. He did it because he envisioned the impossible and worked relentlessly, despite ridicule and resistance. This is your calling, to stop waiting for luck to find you and to start building the mindset that attracts success like a magnet. To stop seeking permission and start granting it to yourself. To stop hesitating and start moving. But remember, mindset isn't built overnight. It's not a switch you flip. It's forged in the fire of repetition, of daily choices, of relentless pursuit. It's the quiet moments when no one's watching, when you choose to study instead of scroll, to train instead of quit, to create instead of complain. And don't be fooled by appearances. The person you see succeeding, who seems to have it all, figured out, has fought battles you'll never witness. They've stood where you stand, faced doubts, endured setbacks, felt the sting of failure. The difference? They didn't stop. They chose to believe. Not in chance, not in luck, but in themselves. The world doesn't hand success to those who wait. It yields to those who demand it, who step into the arena and fight for it, day after day, with sweat, blood, and unyielding belief. You can be that person. You can carve your name into the annals of greatness. Not because you're lucky, but because you decided to think differently, to act decisively, to refuse mediocrity. So today, right now, ask yourself, who am I becoming? What thoughts am I allowing to shape my destiny? Am I planting seeds of fear and hesitation, or seeds of courage and conviction? Because the harvest will come. The question is, will it be a garden of dreams realized, or a wasteland of regret? Every day is a brick. Every decision is mortar. You are building the cathedral of your life, one choice at a time. Make it magnificent. Make it unshakable. Make it a testament to the power of a mind that refuses to yield. This isn't about being the smartest, the strongest, or the most connected. It's about being the one who dares to persist, who chooses to believe in possibility, who refuses to bow to fear. It's about becoming the master of your mind so you can master your life. And here's the secret most will never tell you. When you align your mindset with action, the world shifts. Opportunities appear not because they were absent, but because your vision was too clouded by doubt to see them. Connections form, not by chance, but because your determination and energy attract like-minded souls. Success follows not because you're lucky, but because you became the person worthy of it. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop telling yourself you need more time, more resources, more validation. You don't. You need belief. You need discipline. You need relentless action. Your future is not a lottery. It's a blueprint, waiting for you to claim it. Success isn't luck. It's mindset. The moment you embrace this truth, you unlock a power most people never experience. The power to move through fear, the power to outlast failure, the power to stand alone when the crowd retreats. This is the strength that built empires, that carried dreamers across oceans, that turned mere mortals into legends. But it's not easy. The mind rebels against change. It clings to comfort like a drowning man to driftwood. It whispers lies. Stay where you are. It's safer here. Maybe tomorrow. That voice, if you listen to it, will keep you stuck in the same cycle, year after year. Watching others rise while you remain caged by invisible walls of your own making. Here's what they won't tell you. The difference between success and stagnation is not talent, not luck, not intelligence. It's a decision. A decision to override the small voice that says, not today, with a louder one that commands now. A decision to feel the fear and act anyway. To see the mountain ahead and start climbing. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Think of Walt Disney. They told him his ideas were too big, too childish, too impossible. Banks turned him away. Partners abandoned him. But he didn't wait for the world to believe. He believed first. He saw a kingdom of dreams when others saw a swamp. He kept building when failure threatened to consume him. He kept drawing when rejection piled high. And when the dust settled, his vision stood, not by chance, but by choice, by mindset. That's what you must understand. Success is not stumbled upon. It is not a jackpot you win. It's not a surprise ending. It's a story written in sweat and blood and determination. It's the result of showing up day after day, rain or shine, fear or confidence, with a mind that says, I will not quit. The world is not against you. It's indifferent. It doesn't care if you succeed or fail, but it will yield to those who refuse to back down. It will make way for those whose minds are sharper than their doubts, whose actions are louder than their fears. So decide. Decide now. Will you let another day pass, waiting for the right time? Will you keep telling yourself the story of why it's not possible? Or will you choose to write a new chapter, a chapter of action, of growth, of transformation? And know this: the moment you choose, the universe doesn't magically open doors. You do. The opportunities don't suddenly appear. You create them. The resources don't fall from the sky. You build them. The support you crave doesn't come knocking. You attract it by becoming the person who commands it. The shift begins with the mind. The decision to see challenges not as barriers, but as invitations. To see failures not as defeats, but as feedback. To see discomfort not as punishment, but as proof that you are growing. It's about training yourself to move when others freeze, to act when others hesitate, to speak when others remain silent. It's about building a mind that refuses to be tamed by fear, a heart that refuses to be silenced by doubt. Consider the Wright brothers. They weren't engineers. They weren't wealthy. They didn't have prestigious degrees. They were dreamers with a relentless mindset. When their first attempts at flight failed, they didn't walk away. They adjusted. They learned. They persisted. And one day, they left the ground because their minds refused to accept gravity as the final word. You are no different. You have within you the same spark, the same capacity to defy the limits imposed by circumstance, by upbringing, by failure. But it will not activate until you decide. Success isn't luck. It's the discipline to rise when the world pushes you down. It's the clarity to see beyond the noise, the persistence to keep moving when the path disappears. It's the mindset that says, I will not be denied. When your mind aligns with your actions, when your thoughts align with your vision, the impossible becomes inevitable. The setbacks become setups, the detours become discoveries. The failures become fuel. Most will never experience this because they wait for permission from society, from family, from circumstance. But you who hear these words, you are not most people. You are here because something within you refuses to settle. Something within you knows that waiting is a death sentence for dreams. So move, act, declare with your mind and body and spirit that you are ready. Ready to climb, ready to fail, ready to learn, ready to rise, ready to build a life so aligned with your vision that the world cannot ignore you. This is not the path of the lucky. It's the path of the relentless. It's the path of those who wake up each day and say, I am the architect of my destiny. It's the path of those who train their minds to see the mountain not as an obstacle, but as a challenge worth conquering. The world whispers, be careful. The world says, play it safe. But you are not here to be careful. You are here to be courageous, to think big, to act boldly, to move with purpose. Success is not a secret. It's a pattern, a rhythm, a mindset. It's the echo of 1,000 decisions made with clarity and conviction. It's the silent agreement you make with yourself each day to not quit, not compromise, not fade into the background. You are the driver. You are the designer. You are the force. And the moment you stop waiting for luck, the moment you seize the reins of your mind, is the moment your story begins. Not as a tale of what might have been, but as a testament to what you chose to become. Your story isn't being written by chance. It's being shaped by every thought you entertain, every action you take, every excuse you silence. The world may throw roadblocks in your way, but they are only as strong as the stories you tell yourself. Tell yourself you're stuck, and you are. Tell yourself you're unstoppable, and you will be. The truth is the same. It's only your belief that makes it real. Imagine the minds of Edison, Ford, Disney, Lincoln. Their victories were written long before the world saw them. They were carved into their souls, long before the recognition, long before the applause. It was their mindset, not their luck, that carried them forward. And that same power waits within you, hidden beneath the layers of doubt and hesitation, waiting for you to claim it. The question is not, can you succeed? It's, will you become the person who succeeds? The distinction is subtle, but it's everything. Success doesn't wait for the talented. It doesn't wait for the prepared. It waits for the relentless, the bold, the ones willing to think and act as though they've already arrived, even when they're still climbing. You are not waiting for a green light from the universe. The green light is within you. It's the fire that ignites when you decide once and for all that you will not accept less than what you were born to achieve. The fire that says, I am not my circumstances. I am not my setbacks. I am not my failures. I am the one who writes the story of my life. And here's the raw truth. Success is rarely glamorous. It's early mornings and late nights. It's moments of doubt so strong they threaten to pull you under. It's pushing forward when the finish line is nowhere in sight. It's sacrifice. It's sweat. It's silence. But in that silence, in those moments of solitary struggle, you forge a mind so unbreakable that nothing, no failure, no rejection, no criticism, can stop you. Think of Carnegie, the boy with nothing but a will to rise. Think of Lincoln, whose failures would have shattered lesser men. Think of Disney, whose rejections would have silenced weaker voices. Think of Ford, whose determination outlasted ridicule and resistance. They weren't waiting for luck to rescue them. They were building resilience, brick by brick, with every step forward. This is the mindset that transforms struggle into strength, doubt into determination, fear into fuel. It's the quiet voice within that whispers, keep going, when the world says, turn back. It's the discipline to choose growth over comfort, action over inaction, belief over surrender. Success isn't found in a moment of inspiration. It's found in the grind, the daily deliberate practice of showing up no matter how you feel. It's found in the hours when motivation fades, but discipline takes the wheel. It's found in the decision to align your thoughts with your actions, your beliefs with your behaviors, your dreams with your determination. And here's what makes the difference. Clarity. Clarity of purpose. Clarity of vision. Clarity of who you are becoming. Most people drift, pulled by the currents of circumstance. But those who rise, those who achieve greatness, are laser-focused. They see the target, they know the goal. They refuse distraction, refuse dilution, refuse defeat. Ask yourself, what is the life you are building? Are your actions today aligned with the vision you hold? Are your thoughts today strengthening your resolve or weakening it? Because make no mistake, the life you live is the result of the thoughts you think and the actions you take. Success isn't a secret formula. It's a pattern, a rhythm, a discipline. It's the willingness to do what most won't, to think in ways most can't, to persist when most quit. It's about cultivating a mind so focused, so relentless, so aligned with your purpose that failure becomes nothing more than a temporary detour. The world isn't against you. It's waiting for you. Waiting for you to step up, to claim the space you were born to fill, to show the courage that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. So rise. Rise with a mind sharper than any sword, a heart stronger than any storm. Rise with the knowledge that luck is a myth and mindset is the truth. Rise with the understanding that success isn't handed out. It's earned, moment by moment, decision by decision, action by action. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more hoping for someone to rescue you from the life you're tolerating. You are the rescuer, you are the architect. You are the one who can and will create a life of significance, impact, and unshakable success. Because success isn't luck, it's mindset, it's discipline, it's persistence, it's clarity, it's belief. It's the decision to step forward today and every day after, until the world can't help but recognize the power of the person you've become. This is your moment. This is your truth. This is your command to the universe. I will not wait. I will not hesitate. I will not surrender to fear, doubt, or comfort. I will become the person who attracts success. And I will do it not because of luck, but because I choose to align my mind with my destiny. The air you breathe, the steps you take, the thoughts you think, they're all part of the design. You are not here to drift like a leaf on the wind, to wait for the tides to turn in your favor. You are here to carve your path with the sharp edge of decision, to rise with the weight of intention, to declare, this life is mine to shape. And as you shape it, know this: the world will push back. It will test your resolve, tempt your patience, and question your worth. It will throw challenges so high they cast shadows over your vision. But those shadows aren't there to stop you. They are there to remind you that your light burns brighter than the darkness. Consider Abraham Lincoln, a man battered by defeat, weighed down by tragedy, but whose mind was a fortress. He didn't wait for circumstances to improve. He didn't wait for luck to change. He stood in the storm, stared it down, and moved forward. Not because he was fearless, but because his purpose was stronger than his fear. That is your calling now. To become a mind unshaken by failure, a spirit unbent by rejection. To refuse, to let the opinions of others, the limitations of circumstance, or the inertia of comfort dictate your destiny. You are not an observer of your life. You are the author. And if the story so far has been written in hesitation, in excuses, in half-hearted efforts, it's time to take the pen and rewrite the narrative. Write with conviction, write with fire, write with the understanding that success does not come to the lucky, it comes to the relentless. But relentlessness is not chaos. It is clarity. It is knowing exactly what you want, exactly why you want it, and exactly how far you're willing to go to make it real. It's drawing a line in the sand and saying, I will not cross this line of compromise. I will not betray my vision for comfort. I will not abandon my dreams for the illusion of safety. Most people live lives of quiet desperation, waiting for something to change. But those who rise, those who shatter limits and redefine possibilities, are the ones who stop waiting and start becoming. They stop asking, will it happen for me? And start declaring, I will make it happen. And when you move with this kind of resolve, something shifts. The noise of doubt fades. The weight of uncertainty lifts. The path becomes clear, not because it's easier, but because your mind is locked on the outcome, your actions aligned with your intent. Every morning becomes a battlefield, and every choice a weapon. Will you choose discipline over distraction? Will you choose courage over fear? Will you choose growth over comfort? These choices, small and consistent, build the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Success isn't an explosion. It's not a sudden strike of lightning. It's a slow, steady burn, a quiet accumulation of wins, a relentless march toward mastery. It's waking up every day and doing what needs to be done, even when motivation fails, even when results are invisible, even when the world doubts you. This is the truth they won't tell you. The world doesn't believe in you at first. It doesn't hand you opportunities. It doesn't offer you applause before you've earned it. But it will yield when you prove unyielding. It will bend when you refuse to break. You are the storm. You are the force. You are the one who decides whether today is just another day or the day everything changes. And it changes not because luck smiles on you, but because you decide to think differently, act decisively, and move relentlessly toward the life you know you're meant to create. Picture this: a version of you, standing tall, eyes clear, mind sharp, heart unshakable. A version of you who no longer waits for permission, no longer drifts with the tides, no longer plays small. That version isn't somewhere in the distance. It's waiting beneath the layers of doubt, hesitation, and excuses. It's waiting for you to say, enough. Enough of mediocrity. Enough of fear. Enough of waiting. Today, this moment is yours to claim. To choose clarity over confusion, action over inaction, mindset over chance. To stop looking for shortcuts, hacks, and miracles. To realize that you are the miracle. That the power to build, to rise, to achieve is already within you, waiting for activation. And when you move with this awareness, the world shifts. People take notice. Opportunities unfold. Challenges shrink. Because the greatest obstacle was never out there. It was the story you believed about what was possible. Change the story, and you change the outcome. So stop waiting. Start moving. Stop hesitating. Start becoming. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable. when doubt creeps in like a thief in the night, when you question whether the effort is worth it. But in those moments, remember this. Success is not found in the absence of struggle. It is forged in the heart of it. It's born in the quiet decision to keep going, to keep believing, to keep showing up when quitting feels like the easiest choice. This is your journey. This is your proving ground. This is your story waiting to be written in bold, unbreakable lines. So step forward, move with clarity, act with conviction, think with purpose. And remember, success isn't luck, it's mindset. You can feel it now, the pulse of determination rising through your chest. The steady drumbeat of resolve echoing in your mind. This is the moment the world separates into two kinds of people. Those who continue waiting and those who step forward, unshaken. You will not be one who waits. You will not be one who fades quietly into the background of someone else's success story. You will be the one who writes the narrative in bold strokes, who stands at the summit not because you were granted an easy path, but because you conquered the mountain with your bare hands. Every great life ever lived was forged in the crucible of decision. The unwavering choice to align mind, action, and belief into a force so unstoppable that the universe itself bends to its will. Carnegie did not wait for the perfect conditions. He created them. Ford did not wait for approval. He commanded respect with persistence. Disney did not wait for permission. He gave himself the license to dream, to build, to create. These giants understood what most people will never grasp, that success is a mirror, reflecting the image of your own conviction, that the world, indifferent as it may seem, becomes pliable when faced with a mind made of steel, a will carved from fire. So ask yourself now, what am I willing to endure for the life I claim to desire? How many excuses am I ready to silence? How many comforts am I ready to surrender? How many failures am I willing to face and rise from until I stand unshaken? The path is not paved with certainty. It's filled with risk, with struggle, with moments of bone-deep exhaustion and heart-wrenching doubt. But it's also the path that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's the road that whispers to you in the dark, this is what you were made for. The mind is the battlefield, and most surrender before the fight even begins. They surrender to doubt, to fear, to the siren song of mediocrity. But not you. You are not built for surrender. You are not made for average. You are forged for greatness, and every thought, every decision, every action is a hammer striking the anvil of your destiny. Every setback you face is not a wall, but a challenge. Every failure is not an end, but a lesson. Every rejection is not a judgment, but a redirection. Success isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It's walking beside you every step, disguised as persistence, disguised as resilience, disguised as the fire that keeps burning even when the world tries to extinguish it. And yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will be tempted to turn back, to sit down, to say, it's too much. But in those moments, remember, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the regret of surrender lasts a lifetime. You owe it to yourself, to the vision you hold in your mind, to the dreams that keep you awake at night, to keep moving forward. You owe it to the future you, standing tall and unbreakable, looking back and saying, I did it. Because success is not for the chosen few. It's for those who choose it. It's not reserved for the lucky. It's carved out by the relentless. It's not given, it's earned moment by moment, choice by choice, thought by thought. Look in the mirror. Look deep into your own eyes. What do you see? Do you see someone waiting for a break or someone ready to break barriers? Do you see someone hoping for permission or someone ready to give themselves permission? Do you see someone who will wake up tomorrow and live the same day again? Or someone who will take that first, unsteady, undeniable step toward greatness? The difference is not out there, it's in here. In the fire you're willing to ignite, the discipline you're ready to embrace, the clarity you're determined to maintain. It's in the refusal to let failure define you, to let setbacks stop you, to let fear paralyze you. This is not just motivation, this is a command to rise, to move, to act, to think, to believe. Success is a dance between vision and action, between thought and movement. It's a symphony of choices that crescendo into a life that commands respect, that radiates impact, that leaves a legacy. And you are the composer of that symphony. You are the architect of the life you were born to. Live it, not by chance, not by luck, but by deliberate design, by unshakable mindset, by relentless pursuit. So today, let the world hear you. Let it feel your determination, your unbreakable spirit. Let it witness the rise of someone who refuses to be average, someone who rejects the lie of luck and embraces the truth of mindset. Declare it with your actions. Prove it with your persistence. Live it with every breath. Because success isn't luck. It's mindset. The world you want is already waiting. But not for the version of you that hesitates, that doubts, that shrinks under pressure. It's waiting for the version of you that commands the room without a word, that moves forward without needing applause, that builds when no one believes. Because the truth, the raw, unfiltered truth, is that no one is coming to save you. No one is handing out golden tickets. No one is waiting with keys to unlock the door you keep staring at. The key was always in your hand, but you were too afraid to turn it. The time for waiting is over. The time for asking is done. It's time to decide, to move, to become. This world doesn't bend for the passive, it bends for the relentless, the clear-minded, the warriors of belief and action. It yields to those who don't stop at "I can't," who don't wait for the right mood, who don't hesitate in the face of rejection. It yields to those who say, "I will," and mean it. And yes, there will be moments when you stand alone, when the crowd goes quiet, when the path disappears into fog. But in those moments, you'll remember who you are. Not because the world reminds you, but because your mindset is a compass that never wavers. Picture yourself standing at the edge of your own limitations, staring into the unknown. Most people will turn back. They'll say it's too dangerous, too uncertain, too much, but not you. You'll take a step, then another and another, until the edge becomes the center, until the unknown becomes your territory. Because you're not here to fit in. You're here to forge a path so undeniable, so unmistakable, that it forces the world to take notice. You're here to make the impossible inevitable. You're here to transform dreams into reality, not through chance, but through sheer force of will. Think of the pioneers who built bridges where others saw chasms. The innovators who imagined light where others saw darkness. The leaders who stood in defiance when the world demanded obedience. They weren't special. They weren't born with advantage. They decided. They decided to believe in something bigger than themselves. They decided to think thoughts so powerful they became blueprints for action, and so can you. You are not waiting for the world's permission. You are giving yourself the authority to rise. You are not asking, "Is this possible?" You are declaring, "It's already mine. I just need to align my mind with the reality I choose to create." Stop waiting for confidence. Confidence isn't a prerequisite, it's a byproduct of action. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is fleeting, discipline is forever. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Perfect never comes. Perfect is a mirage that keeps you paralyzed. Action, even imperfect, even clumsy, even small, is the spark that lights the fire of transformation. Your life doesn't change when you wish it would. It changes when you decide it will. When you stop negotiating with fear, stop pleading with doubt, stop compromising with mediocrity. When you look in the mirror and say, "I'm done waiting, I'm done hoping, I'm done being a spectator in my own story. Today I become the one who writes it." Because that's what mindset is, a decision. A relentless, uncompromising decision to align every fiber of your being with the life you desire. It's the understanding that thoughts are not passive, they are seeds. And every seed you plant today will grow into the reality you walk through tomorrow. So what seeds are you planting? Are you sowing doubt, hesitation, smallness? Or are you planting conviction, clarity, courage? Are you feeding the voice that says, "I can't," or the one that says, "Watch me"? The choice is yours. It always has been. You are not your failures. You are not the opinions of others or the limitations of your circumstances. You are the culmination of the thoughts you choose to think and the actions you choose to take from this moment forward. Stand tall. Breathe deep. Feel the pulse of resolve steady your heartbeat. You are ready. Not because the world says so, but because you've decided to be. You are ready to carve your path, to build your legacy, to command the life you deserve. Success isn't luck. It never was. It's a mindset. It's a decision. It's a way of thinking that says, I am not here to be ordinary. I'm here to be legendary. And the best part? The story is yours to write. Write it with courage. Write it with conviction. Write it with clarity. Write it with the understanding that every thought, every step, every breath you take is building the life you are born to live. Because at the end of the day, the world will ask, how did you do it? And you'll smile and say, I didn't wait. I didn't hope. I didn't depend on luck. I aligned my mind with my vision, and I built it with my own hands. That's not luck. That's mindset, and that's how you'll win.